Actually, question for you, DJ HUGEL.
Yeah.
If you were convicted for one crime, what would it be? Oh, think about this.
Well, he's from Marseille, so probably theft.
I've been convicted already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell us a story.
When I was younger, I was a bit stupid.
Yeah.
And I mean, my dad was in jail when I was young for a longer time. And you know it is, when your parents did stuff, you often want to try as well stuff to see how it is. So when I was like 18 or something like that, I had the idea to stole like a motorcycle, a scooter with my friends. And we were so smart that we were like, yeah, it's nice, we just stole it, let's just drive it in the city without the helmet. And less than like 5 minutes later, we have 2 cars of cops behind us. Wee, 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 with the siren, and she was like, fuck no, we don't stop. Because like I said, we were super smart, so we were thinking that it was super cool to not stop.
Say? Theft, right?
So we were like driving, trying to go away, but of course it was a scooter like a 50
block, kilometers in.
So super slow, so the 2 cars arrive, boom, they go in front of us, they're like, go down, they put us in the car, handcuff, you know.
Good album cover though.
I'm like, shit, they put us in the thing and they take us to jail, you know, and I remember I stayed for like 36 hours or something like that, and my dad came to pick me up. And I would always remember that moment. We enter the car, and he's like, "Did you like it?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Good." And then we left, and we never talked about that shit again. And I never did any bullshit again in my life. I was done.
Bad experiences make great stories.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he was just like, "Did you like it?" No. He was like, "Yeah, good." Then we left. That's it.
That's unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to us about DJ HUGEL. Like, how did you come up with the name? When did you start DJing? Give us some of the timelines and inspiration.
So basically, the name is my name. It's the name of my dad. My name is Florent HUGEL, so it's my family name. My first artist name was Hip Shaker. So when I got signed by my management in Amsterdam in AGE 2014, Stefan, who signed me, was like, "Okay, what is your artist name right now?" And I was like, Hip Shaker. It was like, that sounds like a farmer name. I was like, oh, thanks.
Or like a stripper name.
I was just telling him before outside, you know, that the HUGEL is very good name, you know, and he said, yeah, you know why? Because it's a brand, right? Like Chanel, right?
But in the beginning, like Chanel before Chanel. Imagine you meet the guy, it's like, I'm Jean-Jacques Chanel.
Yes.
Yeah, but anything French sounds like a...
For you maybe, but for me, like all these names from France, like before they become the brand, they're just a name.
Right.
So he said, the way you choose a name is cool. I said, no, it's just family name. At school, nobody never told me, yo, you have a sick name.
Yeah, before he was DJ, right? Nobody didn't tell him.
Because after when you got...
Some people say HUGEL and you're like, no, not HUGEL.
But this is like more like it happened like in some North countries,
right? Yeah,
like Netherlands or stuff like that.
You can literally take any French words, put it together, and it sounds good. You know, it's unbelievable.
It just sounds rich.
It sounds rich, or it sounds even romantic. Like I went to Paris to visit family, and then they started telling me some French words. I said, I want to learn something. The first thing I heard, and I thought it was romantic, was "Tu belle comme poubelle." What does that mean? You know what that means? Oof. You look beautiful like the garbage can. Right? It's unbelievable. But yeah.
Yeah, people say I stole a motorcycle with HUGEL, and people be like, oh, very fancy.
So I believe that like a brand, when it becomes a brand, it sounds sexy, but before that it's just a name. So yeah, that was so the manager said like, yo, Hip Shaker sounds like a farmer name though. Like you can't call yourself like that. And I was like, how should I call myself? He was like, what's your name? And I was like, Florent HUGEL. He was like, HUGEL is good. I was like, are you sure? Like, you know, it always has been the name. You've been called at school. You know, they were doing like, FL, present, HUGEL, present. You know, so the manager's like, oh, we got to use your artist name for doing the brand. So, it took me like 6 months to accept it.
Yeah, but it's wonderful. You've gotten so far. You're all over the world. Everybody knows you. #1 Latin house DJ.
Yeah.
And keep growing.
Yeah.
So this is a question for HUGEL and Alan, right? You're from Marseille, you're from Slovenia, and you're both doing things that are not many people from where you're from are doing the same thing, you know? Like there's not many big DJs where you're from, and there's not many people from Slovenia building apps like TABLER. So before you got your big break, did you ever like face imposter syndrome? You're like, shit, I have my doubts. I don't know, do I belong here? Can I do it? Do you know? Did you ever kind of face that, or did you always have 100% conviction you were going to make it?
Yeah, you know, like when I was younger, like I was like 15 years old. I remember we were sitting in one restaurant with my parents,
Yeah.
and I said to my father, you know, one day I will have like a very big company and I will be very successful. I will be rich, you know.
Mm.
And my father said to me, "No, Alan, we are not from this family, you know."
Mm.
And you know, when this father told me, I knew it that I want to do it. You know, I want to
Yeah.
just prove him. And
him
from this moment, I have like 100% focus, and I have like 100% like vision and like huge belief of love attraction that,
Yeah.
that I can do this. You know, because it's not like that. Like people think, like 90% people in our like in the world currently think that only if you are like born like rich or in one family or like something, you know, that you can do something in life. But I think anyone can do it, right? You
Yeah.
just need like a big wish, and you need like fully focus and
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And necessarily you don't have to be the most talented person in the world. You don't have to have all these gifts, just consistency. And it sounds so cliche, but people say it for a reason. You know, it's just consistency. Like,
yeah,
can really help you make
as well when
success-
you're building like a
successful.
company, the most important thing is that you find people better than you know. Like, because you cannot be like everything, and like you find people who is the best in this, right?
Right.
And that's, I think, that it's the like formula for success.
Right. What about you, Hugel? Have you ever felt like, were you always certain you were going to make it, or is there days you're like, man, I don't know, like nobody has really done it where I'm from. Am I going to be able to do it? Do you know?
You need to know that I grew up with that album from 50 Cent called Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh yeah, baby.
So when I was a kid, I didn't speak English, right? I had to learn English like later. Where I'm from, nobody speak English. Nobody speak anything else than they barely speak French already. So you know, it's complicated to speak another language. So I was learning English at the time, and I learned English through the American rap songs, through the series, like stuff like that. So this stuff from 50 Cent, like Get Rich or Die Trying, what that mean exactly? I did my research, and then when I understood the meaning, I was like, oh, I love this because it's really who I am. Not about getting rich, because for me the money has never really been like a thing, but it was more like I want to do what I love.
Right.
At 7 years old, I told my mom, who invented that I have to wake up in the morning and it's painful, it hurts me, because I don't like to wake up in the morning. And I got to go to this school. I hate school. I hate the professors, everything I don't like.
Yeah.
Then I got to go home after that. They give me homework. And then I got to sleep, eat and sleep, and do it again the next day. Who invented this? I don't want to live like this. My mom was just like, I don't know. This is the system. You have to do this to have a good job later. Like, this is normal. You have to learn. And at 7 years old, I was already not understanding that. So the Get Rich or Die Trying is the thing about, like, I was like, okay, maybe I can do what I love until it works, or we'll die trying.
Exactly.
Because there is nothing that's gonna make me happier than just doing what I love every day.
Right.
So I just did that for like, let's say 10 years. And I had some up and down during 10 years, you know, but I stopped working when I was like 21 or 22. So at 21 or 22, something like that, I became artistic director of like one of the biggest clubs in the place where I was, and resident DJ as well. So I was playing like 4 nights a week, 6 hours every night.
So you started DJing at 20s?
I started DJ at 16.
16.
So what age you know?
What you did before? Like you did like some students' works? Or no?
Nah, I dropped out of school very young.
Okay.
And I left my parents' house when I was 17 too.
Okay. And you didn't do any like normal job anytime, like?
Oh bro, I did everything. I was working at
You're saying a
McDonald's.
9 to 5
Okay.
job. But
Yeah, McDonald's was my first job though.
Okay.
I almost slapped the director. Bro, like I worked 1 month. I remember I was broke as fuck. I worked one month. At that time I was crazy. I was fighting like every week. Like, Marseille was like tough at that
Oh,
time.
really?
I was a bit like crazy. I loved it, so I was doing it a lot.
Okay.
And I remember that day I'm at the McDonald's, and I worked 1 month, right? Of course it was like a partial contract. I was not working 35 hours a week. I was working few, but still it's like taking you all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you have to go there for doing even 3 hours, but you have to go there, you know what I mean? It takes the whole day. So I worked the whole month there. And I always remember, he give you my check at the end of the month, and it's like 435 euro. And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, I think you forgot 2 zeros on that check. And the guy's like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, what do you mean what I talk about? I'm in this shit every day, putting my hand in this shit, working with this fucking shit co-workers that I went nuts. They was like,
43K a
you need to
month.
come down. He come down. I was like, no, I'm not coming down. What the fuck is this? Where's my money? It was not even the price for my rent though, you know what I mean? And the guy put me out. He was like, "I need to leave, or I call the cops." You fired. So I left. It was a mess. And then I was like jobless right after that because the music was not paying. So I became the guy who would sell insurance.
Right.
Insurance.
Yeah, and then
Motorcycle insurance.
I was good at this, but then I started that with insurance. I was
Wow.
putting people in bad situation
Right.
because I was good at selling.
Yeah.
So I was doing big contracts on family.
Yeah.
But I'm
And
good at
families
insurance.
was like it's too much for them to pay every month. So then they were entering like a bad situation.
Right.
So I woke up in the morning, look at myself in the mirror. I don't want to be that guy. So I need to change the job.
Mm.
So I quit the job at 12, and I said, what am I gonna do? And I remember I'm on the Corniche in Marseille, driving my Twingo back in the day, and I see the houses, and I'm like, this is cool. I should sell houses. I have to become real estate.
Yeah.
So I called a friend of mine. He's doing a school of real estate stuff, whatever. I meet him and I'm like, bro, tell me a little bit about this. How does it work? What is this, that? Give me a few information stuff. I'm like, okay, from tomorrow, I'm gonna start knocking all the agencies to get the job. And I go back home, and when I'm parking down my building, there is an agency that is at the corner. So I'm like, before I go home and I will start tomorrow this shit, I will stop by this agency real quick. I go at the agency, I enter, the guy's like, hi sir, how can I help you? I'm like, I'm here to get a job. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm here to get a job.
Straight up.
He's like, do you have an appointment or something? He's like, no, call the boss, tell him I'm here. I'm here to get a job. So he's like, okay. He takes the phone, he called the guy upstairs, like, yes, there is this young guy who just came in, he said he's here for the job. And the guy, because it's a job about selling, it's all about that, right?
Right.
So the guy understands the concept. So he's like, oh, tell him to come up. So I come up. He's like, hi, what can I do for you? I'm like, yeah, I'm here to get a job. He's like, but you have a CV or something? I'm like, bro, I don't have any CV, never been to school, I have nothing. The only thing I can do is selling. I was in insurance, I'm really good at selling. Take me here. In less than 2 months, I'm the best seller of this agency, I'm telling you now.
Confidence.
He's laughing, he's sitting, he look at me, he's like, you start on Monday.
That's amazing.
So I quit the insurance job at 12. At 6 p.m. I was real estate. and I was 19 or 20, something like that.
That's sick.
Nice.
Selling
Well,
is
and
such an important skill to have in life. You know, no matter
Yeah.
what you do, if you're able to sell, it's really gonna stand to you.
No.
I think when you don't choose to go to school, you might, choose the path of like all the jobs that are relating to like selling and all
Yeah.
that, because you can do it without graduation or like.
You know,
Exactly.
talking about school and all this, what you just mentioned, in our mindset, the Russian mindset, right, where my family came from, we were either one of three things: either you were a barber, either a jeweler, or a shoemaker. Because they had the same mindset. If you didn't go to school and you wanted to make quick money, you became one of those three things, right? And those three things, those three jobs, are the same thing: selling, personal skills, and just concentrated on making heavy money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is by us too.
Yeah.
I want to segue. I want to ask you a question. So, HUGEL, how did you discover TABLER? Tell us this backstory. 'cause it's interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting story. We were doing one like a party, in like a house party in Key Biscayne.
Miami.
Yeah, in Miami. And HUGEL just I don't know who invited you to this party.
Bro, it's an accident.
Yeah, right.
He just turned up to the party like the job, and he's like, "I'm here to party."
It's crazy how this whole thing went down till to this point.
I spin on a boat for the birthday of a Russian guy.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't want you to come to my boat for my birthday. Okay, spend the day there. My friend Arnold Pension
Okay.
was with me, and it was during Miami Music Week, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff going on, lots of parties everywhere. I have like 10 options,
Yeah.
10 different parties in front of me. And Arnold is like, yo, you should come, I play in this house, could be chill, join. And I don't know why, maybe instinct or something. I'm like, you know what? They're gonna change a little bit to go to a villa instead of going to the clubs or like all the stuff we already know. Let's check out the villa, it's gonna be chill, tonight I want a chill night and tomorrow is gonna be something. And then I arrive and I meet you first.
Yeah.
And you tell me about I'm like, oh, what you doing? And you tell me about the app. He explained me the concept. And I remember it blew my mind. I'm like, whoa, like, nice. You know what I mean? Like, the idea is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he told me, the idea was just like, wow, this is fire. Like, that's the first thought I had. And then a couple of other people in the tech business was there too.
Yeah.
I remember the owner was like with the pants, like looking like a hippie with porno yellow glasses.
Yeah.
No top. No top, bro. Like this, working like this. He was like, hey, thank you for being in my house. I was like, well, thank you for inviting me. It's kind of like decent house though. And we spent the night, we have fun, little party, you know, chill. And then at some point, my roommate is like, bro, we got to bounce tomorrow. We do this, that. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go back home. And we're about to leave. And when I'm about to leave, there's that guy
Yeah.
in the entrance. And he's like, hey! And I'm like, and he goes like, you look familiar. And I'm like, am I? He's like, yeah. You the DJ, right? DJ HUGEL. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. It goes like, oh yeah, man, I'm a big fan, love your music, love you do, da da da. Do you mind take a picture quick? I'm like, let's do it. Bam, bam, take a picture. I'm like, what do you do? No, don't say that. He's like, oh, do you like the party and stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I love the house, it's a vibe. He's like, you like the house? You should see mine. Goes like this. Jacob style, you know? And he goes like, give me a number, we keep in touch, stuff. I'm like, cool, man, you know, give the number, get in touch. And I leave. And I remember speaking with Seb in the car, and I'm like, yo, hey, this guy's there, they were interesting, what they do is nice, you know? But no more, like, you know, it's not my business, like, I'm from the music world. That's it. And a few days later, he didn't hit me up, he hit my roommate.
Smooth.
So my roommate waking me up, and he's like, yo, you remember that guy the other night, Jacob? I'm like, who? He's like, yeah, Jacob, the guy that. I was like, yeah. He's like, he want to invite you to dinner or something, like, you available? I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, let's do it. And then we met at the dinner.
Yes. We went.
And he goes like, okay, bro, like big invitation with the whole family. He did like, I felt like I was on a date. Like
Russian style.
I thought he wanted to marry me or
Russian
something.
barbecue.
So he invited me, big barbecue, everything, like the full family. This my uncle, this my auntie, this my grandpa. I was like, okay, hi everyone. You know, he's like, it's the new cousin. I'm like, okay, guys. And then he goes like, yeah, you know, with TABLER, we're thinking about doing some events. We want maybe you you play on the yacht for us, something like that. And I let him talk, you know, like we speech 15 minutes, like you
Selling.
know.
Good salesman.
He said. And I'm like, you know, Jacob, I like your ideas, they're good, you know, but I think I have a better one. And it's like, oh, what it is? It's like, you know, we could do parties like in Tel Aviv, in Monaco, in Saint-Tropez, in Miami, in New York, everywhere you want. And I could do it for free. You wouldn't even have to pay my fee. But I want to be part of the company.
Yes, sir.
And he goes like, I like the idea. And then he said, let me talk with the guys, going to come back to you a few days later. And I mean, later he did, and that's how conversation started.
That's true.
That's how I heard about TABLER, basically.
So tell us a good experience. Maybe a good experience that you had using TABLER backstage, getting guests
So-
and Latinos.
I'm going to be honest, I never used it as a client.
Right.
I always used it as a host.
As host.
So I never used it like on my personal, just me going out with people. I always used it like as the DJ doing my table, having the people coming.
Yeah. So you never join, people join you. You host it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I heard about it, all that things happened so quick that
Right.
like I was already in a position where like basically, you know.
Yeah, and I think I think it's very good for not just for like a normal people, but like for all DJs, right? Or like this like celebrities and even entrepreneurs, right? Because a lot of people like who are entrepreneurs, they said, Alan, I don't have time to inviting girls in the Instagram and texting them, you want to come to party with me? You know, I just post table and they're joining alone, and it's a power game, right? Because if they join to you and you accept them, you are in power, right? If you text them, like you imagine, like you're famous DJ, now you have to text girls, yeah, you want to come to my table or like on my backstage tonight? You know, even if it's your assistant writing, right? It's better that the girls are joining alone to you, right?
And the beauty of this is that either your assistant or your manager can facilitate and take care of the accepting or denying.
Yeah.
That person can review their Instagram profile, whether even if it be a guy may be very influential. Elon Musk wants to join backstage. Oh, let me look at his Instagram. Oh, he's very popular, big. I want him to be on my table.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to approve a lot more girls, but the genuine idea is the ability to review the person's profile before you accept them.
Yeah, and that's what we did basically with the team. Ludo, that you guys met, like is usually managing this when we do it on tour, to invite fans and stuff, to help discovering the app in different countries. Like we did a lot in Italy this summer, we did in Croatia, and yeah, people love the idea. I had a lot of people who told me as well, like, wow, so the app you can create a table anywhere, and I was like, yeah, anyway. So the guy was like, so I can even create a table in my house? I was like, yeah. He's like, but nobody gonna come.
If he's doing
And
a
I'm
Russian
like,
barbecue.
yeah.
Russian barbecue, maybe.
He's
Yeah.
doing a Russian
Yeah, you know what I
barbecue,
mean?
do it.
It's like, but if you are like someone and you do a table at your house, people will come to your
Yeah.
house, right?
Right.
So you can literally create it everywhere, and then
Yeah, that's because we've seen that recently. Like, it started off just for tables and nightclubs, but recently we've seen demand for like that villa parties, mansion parties, supercars,
I
yachts,
even
jets.
saw a
Bro,
wedding.
there's
I saw a
friends.
wedding on that.
A wedding on that
In
app.
Italy.
No way.
I literally saw a wedding. I clicked on it. I'm looking at it
Yeah,
in the
it was in
description.
Italy, right? Some
Yeah.
wedding.
And the lady goes, "I need more people at my wedding. 50 people free, guys and girls." Amazing. It's
A
unbelievable.
TABLER wedding.
I
Yeah,
saw
like
yesterday
that.
a full trip.
Full trip.
So the guy is not even putting a table anymore. It's like, who wanna spend 3 days with me in Ibiza? Full included. He put the guy.
Yeah.
I saw this yesterday.
But I see the opportunity here, you know, for people to make money as well, right? With
Big
Tabler,
100%,
because you know, imagine now, like I don't know, 10 years or 15 years ago when Airbnb came out, first point of Airbnb was just, you know, to share the sofa of your apartment and like make money for your rent or like make some extra money. But now when people start realizing that they can start making money, now people have units and they're making money with Airbnbs. Now imagine with Tabler, right? I don't know, you bring like a DJ, you pay $2,000 for DJ in your house, you buy alcohol, you buy like a production, and then you can sell tickets through Tabler, right?
Exactly.
You can sell like $100 tickets. Your party costs example 6K. But you make 10K, so you make 4K profit just to organizing parties, right?
Exactly.
And
yeah.
you
and
have
it's
all
a-
the data.
Yeah, you have
all the data of the demographics, their Instagrams that showed up.
yeah.
It's not only personal houses. It can be even event spaces, right?
Yeah.
Anyone. It can be an event space that decides to do a pop-up,
Yeah.
and they want to use the application. They can totally make money wherever they are in the world. It doesn't have to be New York City. It can be anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's nice. I remember we were in Slovenia a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
and Alan has our personal driver with the decals on the BMW, and we had our videographer. And Alan's like, let's go to dinner, let's post it and see in Slovenia, Ljubljana, who wants to join us. We had a bunch of guys and girls wanting to join us,
Yeah.
and then we accepted a few of them. And I was so shocked, right? As an American coming in, you know, I've been to Europe a few times now, but it was so interesting to see the growth of Tabler, not only in America, but in cities like Slovenia, like Ljubljana, you know?
You know, the beauty about this application as well, that I saw personally when I saw the app, right, and how me and him got in touch, I saw it as like mind-blowing because, yeah, it's cool to make money, right, for people that are using Tabler or even us as a company. But the beauty about it is it's the networking power this application has, right? This whole 6 degrees of separation, this
Yes.
application breaks it down to 3 degrees.
Right.
It's unbelievable. People, you can probably say it yourself. You probably met people through the application that you would have probably never met, right?
Of course.
Like whether it's flow or different type of DJs and even doctors. I think you have a nice story to tell us about the doctor that first came onto your app.
Yeah, there is a lot of people like in Miami. They're using app like just to get girls because you know they said to me, Alan, I don't have I don't have time for dating one-on-one. You know, I rather post my dinner table in Cipriani example, and I say 5 girls can join me for free. And the girls join, he go with the 5 girls on a dinner, he paid the dinner, and he said, you know, if I really like one of the girls, I took her on a proper date, right? And on another side, the girls telling me, Alan, you know, I feel more safe because I know that I'm going with 5 girls, and they're telling me, you know, I would never go with this guy on a date, but then I just joined this table because I want to go always Cipriani. I never been example in Cipriani, so I want to go, and then I go with this guy on the dinner, and I felt a really good energy. But if I will just see the picture of this guy on like Tinder or somewhere, she said I will never go, you know. But and it's more like we are giving people occasion of meeting. But yeah, the Jacob point was how we met our first investor. It was doctor from Texas. We posed the table in Zamna. It was black coffee, Tulum during COVID. $20,000 table. We put $2,000 guy, 10 girls for free. And the guy joined the table, and he met on this table another guy who made him like $150,000 in his personal business. He called me after 2 months. He said, Alan, I want to invest money. because it's not about sharing table. I realize it's about networking and meeting people and access. Because you know, like if you imagine the $2,000 per guy, it's a high ticket, right? So everybody is paying high ticket. So everybody has to be someone who is paying $2,000, right?
Exactly,
You cannot work Starbucks. You cannot work like in McDonald's. You know, if you want to pay $2,000 a night for a black coffee, right?
Yeah.
So you meet people from real estate, cryptocurrency, like all these like high net worth individuals, usually.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little bit like Burning Man. You know, we say everyone that is a Burning Man is important. Everyone that is a Burning Man is someone. But a lot of people go to Burning Man for the networking.
Right.
But the good thing with the app is that now you can do that kind of like Burning Man networking, but you don't need to wait for Burning Man every year. You can do it in every events everywhere in the world.
And you're not going to get stuck in the mud either.
So Hugel, tell us the story of.
I didn't stuck this year. I left before.
So tell us the story of how you met Diplo at Burning Man and how you had your private set with him.
So I met Diplo before that. I met Diplo in 2021. So when I released that song, Morenita,
Love that song.
in 2020, June 20. Yeah, I'm right, June 20. Getting confused a bit now. No, it was 21.
Too many number
So
ones.
I released on June 20 the song. Then it blew up, and then on summer 21, I've been invited by a friend of mine in south of France, who were close with Diplo. And Diplo was texting me when Morinta blew up in America. He was texting me on Instagram. I will always remember because I was having dinner with friends. My phone was on the table, and the phone was like, bloop, 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 the Instagram shit. And it's a notification, it's like Diplo, and it's like, you know, texting. And one of my friends like, is it Diplo texting you right now? And I'm like, oh shit, oh, what? Yeah, this, what? And I open, then we start to talk. He's like, bro, I love the music, that's me more. So that's how we kind of like met on internet. And summer 21, so a year after that, he's playing in south of France in Saint-Tropez, and a friend of mine invited me in south of France because he's working with him close, and he said, bro, like, you know, we should go and meet him like real life because I know you guys been in touch, and you know, I work with him, so let's do it. So I was like, okay. And the crazy story, we arrived in Saint-Tropez, big storm, rain, Diplo canceled the show. I mean, the place canceled the show, so Diplo's not allowed to play. So I'm like, fuck, I took my flight from Portugal just to come to this show to meet, like, it's fucked up. So my guys text him, he's like, yo, we're here in Saint-Tropez now, since you don't perform, what do you do? He's like, oh, guys, let's have fun, let's go to the monster truck. You know what's the monster truck?
Oh yeah, the big trucks. Yeah.
So random.
Yeah.
Bro, like that. So I'm like,
Love it.
So my guys on 48, so like, all right, cool. Well, we'll be there in like 20. All right, cool. So I'm like, what's up? And he's like, we're going to the monster truck now with Diplo. I'm like, to the what? So we arrived there. There's the kids, everyone doing stuff there. And he's there, like, and I'm like, hey man, nice to meet you. We were watching the monster truck thing. Then he goes like, hey, do you want to go to the Luna Park in front? I was like, yeah, sure. So we went to the Luna Park, so I was like shooting balloon with Diplo in the Luna Park for our first meeting. And best story of the night, because it was really funny, there was two kids walking by, yeah? One of the kids, because I mean, I'm French, so I speak French, so I can understand when he couldn't. One of the kids goes like, oh, look, the guy, he really look like Diplo, it's crazy, he's the same. And the friend is like, oh yeah, it's crazy, he's really like same face, same everything. And the other kid goes like, maybe it's him, no? And he's like, oh, you dummies, you think Diplo is here in the fucking Luna Park in Saint-Tropez? I was like, wow, this is amazing, you know?
Did you stop them at least and introduce them? Or
No, I didn't want to do that. Like, you know, we were like,
Yeah.
and I was just laughing. I told him the story. He was like, no way, he was laughing. But I mean, he was so, you know, random. Like,
Casual.
Yeah. And I'm
Random.
saying, like, I mean, who is going to shoot balloon with Diplo Luna Park in Saint-Tropez to meet for the first time, you know?
Yeah.
So that was obviously a
That's
very
amazing.
surreal moment for you. That was a moment where you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, because, you know, that's the music that takes you there.
Exactly.
So you just realize, you're like, wow, one of my, like, you need to know, like, in 2014, I was at Ultra Miami. And I went there on the main stage just to see Diplo, because I was like a
Right.
big fan,
Yeah.
right? And then just a few years later, the guy's hitting you up on Instagram, and then you end up meeting, like, in South of France. And then that was the beginning, because after that, he invited me in Miami Music Week to play at this event at SLS. So I played with him first time, SLS March 2022. Then we've been in touch. Then we have a song coming together soon that we're going to release in November. We have a collaboration.
Nice.
And of course, Burning Man last week or 2 weeks ago. I have 5 shows there. I played at camp of Carl Cox Playground.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
own
yeah.
camp at
The
Burning
OG.
Man.
You just left 1 hour before the rain, right? Or
Three,
something?
three.
3 hours before the rain.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
And it's
People got
insane.
stranded there.
But then I went to the thing, and then I knew I had this gig at the Carl Cox camp. So I'm calling Diplo. I was like, bro, like, what do you think we do back to back? And he's like, for sure. Let's go.
There it is.
And we did that. It was insane, bro. We're in the tent,
It's amazing.
so packed full people, everyone like this. And it was the last day before the storm started, so it was super sunny. We had like the best time. And the next day I left Chicago, and everyone was like in the mud. Like the LV couldn't leave. It was 70,000 people like stuck in
Are
the.
people that are in Burning Man, are they like diverse? Are they coming from all over the world, or just like Americans?
No, they come from all over the world.
Wow.
But it's mainly people from like tech business or like, I don't know, like
Venture capitalists, investors, tech guys.
People- I was thinking about, you know, we're all we're all from different countries, right? It's diverse. And you're from Ireland. Your family is from
Pakistan.
Pakistan. You're
Slovenia.
from Slovenia. You're from France. My family's from Russia, and it's insane how we've all come together,
Yeah.
and it's all because of Tabler, right?
Yeah.
And this is my point when I was talking about 6 degrees of separation. Tabler brings us together, brings people together, you know, and not every application, technology, or even networking event can bring diversity like this together. And this is where this is going to become the craziest application, you know, even for personal use, for business, and it's going to blow up into something beyond just Tinder or an Instagram.
Do you know what the vision I have is? It started off just joining and hosting, you know,
Right.
for events. But the direction we're going to take it is like a social media platform, right? And I think there's a lot on the internet right now about like self-improvement. Don't spend too much time on your phone. You know, limit yourself to 1 to 2 hours social media a day. You go on TikTok these days, and it's videos of people acting like NPCs and throwing bottles of milk down the stairs.
I don't
Like, well,
understand
that's my algorithm, anyways. But when at the end of an hour, you're like, what did I get there? You got nothing. But with Tabler, it's a social media platform, but has real life functionality. So you're going to meet people on it, right? And then through the same app, you're going to plan events in real life. So it's all coming together. So it's like social media mixed with networking that actually translates to something in real life, you know?
Correct.
So it's not just about nights out, it's business, networking. So you can meet anyone on that app. Same way as like, you can find a wife.
Yeah, and it's very good because we are giving people occasion of meeting, right?
Exactly.
Example like Tinder, Bumble, people talk like. There's statistic that like 85% of people on these dating apps, they just talk and they never meet, you know, because when it's come to the meeting, like you're talking with people and you're like, you want to go cinema, you want to go dinner, and then it's already I don't even. But here it's everything is preset, right? You go Cipriani 8:30 tomorrow, you're there, that's it, you know.
Yeah.
You don't need to talk and doing the plans, you know, because I think the like people are not organized these days, and the hardest thing for people is to plan, you know.
Right.
But if it's everything pre-planned, people love it, right?
The thing-
8:30 tomorrow.
The thing with dating apps as well, the likes of Tinder, you have pictures, you show maybe your favorite song, but there's no social proof, you know. You could look good, but you could be an absolute weirdo.
Right.
That's
on
seduced,
Tabler,
that's what seduced me the most about the application.
there's proof that it shows your past events.
I've been dating a lot of women the last 15 years, like crazy. Like I'm probably the guy who dated the most women from all the people I know. You know what I'm saying?
Connoisseur.
It's no joke. It's for real, you know.
Something
And
else.
what I
It's
realized
not
is like the last 10 years, we've been doing that through application. So what is that? We were talking for like few days or a week or two, and then we were meeting on one-on-one. But what happened is that like when you speak with someone that is not in front of you and you do it through social media, you create expectation. You start to imagining the person you're going to meet the way you want it to be.
Yes.
So you already start wrong because you already create an image of someone that is definitely not the person you were thinking it is.
Right, yeah.
So it's already fucked before you even started.
You romanticize it in your head.
And my dad is 76 years old. It's from a time where they used to meet people like this in the street, like in a bar. Like that's the only way they could do because they didn't have internet. They didn't have
Or
anything
they
like
have
that.
like a weekly dances, right? They meet
Exactly.
like every
The
Wednesday.
Balajo is called it first.
1 month later, get married.
All of this changed when we had AIM and AOL on the sidekicks, if you remember.
Yes.
You guys ever had one of those? Ever had a sidekick?
No, that was
more American
that was too
culture.
advanced for me.
I
this
think
shit.
this was not in Europe.
What's
We don't have-
what's a sidekick?
Sidekick's more
It's like a
American.
phone you like flips open. It was like the first craze for phones. Like
Right.
it opens up,
Kind of like a BlackBerry.
slides up.
Yeah.
No, it slides. It's a phone that just slides up,
Okay.
and you were able to like have AOL or AIM, and you were chit chatting with people.
But Hugel, master of dating. Why do it for the Latinas?
Why the slogan?
Why
Yeah,
the
and who
slogan?
created? Yeah, who came up with the slogan? Yeah.
I came up with it.
Okay.
I came up with it. Like, I mean, I said it in the beginning of the podcast, but I'm going to say it again. Like, I never did it for the money. Anything that I do it for the money. Like, even the TABLER thing, I don't do it for the money. I do it because, like, I see the ideas. I see that it's something that can help humanity. That is, like, something that can change the future and improve the things. Like I was explaining now, when I grew up, we only knew what was happening in our street. We didn't know even what was going on in the entire city. Now we know everything that is happening in Bali and Tulum and Paris, like everywhere in the world, right? And I feel like the people, they need to have again this like thing where they just like meet in real life. What's your name? Sabrina? Where do you drink, Sabrina? I'm Flo, nice to meet you.
Yes.
That is the thing the new generation, they don't know.
Yeah.
We needed that.
And that's what makes you different.
This is back. And to go back to the slogan, don't do it for the money, is because it's really important when you do a project to do it with love and to do it with a purpose and not just for the money, because if you do that, it will never bring you money. And Latinas is because, bro, I mean, I think I don't need to explain that.
Well, you don't have a lot of Latinas in France.
French is Latin.
Depends.
French is Latin.
French is Latin, but Paris, you get a diversity. But where you're from?
Yeah,
down
but where
south.
I'm from is the Mediterranean Sea. So it's like a mix between like Italia,
Spain,
the
France,
Arabs.
Spain, yeah.
But usually it's like
Corsica,
this, like
Spain, like it's the south, the Mediterranean Sea. You know what I'm saying? So
usually it's like this. If you don't have a lot, then you want, right? Because like example, like guys who are like from Sweden, they don't like blonde. They like more like dark girls, right? Because they're all live around blondes. But when we go to Sweden or Norway, we are like, wow, so many blonde girls,
this is true. This is true. Having the blonde girl in Marseille back in the day was the World Cup.
Was the flex.
When you were having the blonde, like Amin Edge, my friend that is here, he's the first guy that I saw with a German top model, and I was like, wow. What is that?
They exist?
Me too, I want to have this. I never saw a creature like this, blonde, beautiful. I was like, wow, And because we didn't have, in South, like we had like many brown people. Like they called me the alien because that was the only one like this when I grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we were watching a blonde girl, it was like, oh my God, this is for me.
So you've gone to South America. You done Colombia?
Yeah, sure. Sure, but what I'm saying is like the South Europe. It is very close to the Latin culture of the South America. The Latin Europe is close to the Latin America culture. That's what I mean.
yes, it's like I explain you like example Serbia. Like Serbia, it's very beautiful girls. Like it's very like comparable to Latin America.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Southern American country?
I don't know.
I don't think.
Precursor
Too many
to
good
that.
too many good choices.
Costa Rica was fire. I really
Rica.
loved Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Mexico was great too. Colombia was great. Like Uruguay was incredible.
Uruguay. I think you have a show in Argentina, right, coming up.
Yeah, I can't say one place, bro.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what
They're
I
all
was
good
going
for
to ask
different
you,
reasons,
because
yeah.
DJ lifestyle is crazy. You're on a plane from one location to another, no sleep, flight, play music, flight. How many countries have you visited?
I have no clue.
Lost count.
The question should be better if you were asking what country you didn't see.
That's a good one.
And I would say I still didn't do Japan, and
no.
I still didn't do Australia.
It's happened anytime like to you that like you're sitting and you're like, oh, I have enough of this traveling and playing. Like example, the story of Avicii. I don't know. Like I think all of us we watched the movie about Avicii, right? And we know that he was artist and he really liked the making music, but in the end he didn't like the whole show behind and all these things, So
The business behind the art.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, Avicii was first a producer before to be a DJ. So when you're a producer guy and you like to be in your zone in the studio, it's one thing, and being on stage, surrounded by tons of people, changing countries every day, it's another job, it's another thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people, studio people, can't really handle the stage thing. I was a DJ guy before I became that studio guy, right?
Mhm.
So that's the difference, I think, between he and me. First on the personality, and second thing, like, you know, I come from nothing. I dreamed my entire life to have this life.
Yeah.
I worked my entire life to have this life. Now I have it. I'm not allowed to complain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know what people from my country make a month or make a year. I know what I do now with this life, and no matter what, even if I didn't sleep, even if I stay too long at the after party, I will never miss the next flight. I will never let the people down at the next show, because I'm just not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important in life to go through the hardships. Don't like, even when you just said you worked in McDonald's and you're like, fuck this, and I left. If you never had those jobs, you probably wouldn't appreciate what you have now as much. You know, you have to spend your time in the trenches a bit first before you get to where you want to be.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
You wouldn't enjoy summer if you don't have winter.
Exactly. Yeah.
The yin and the yang, baby.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But you can see that not you know, some DJs, like, they're not only doing DJing or only production, they're doing other things with themselves, right?
Like TABLER.
Like TABLER yourself, you know. I just saw the other day, like, I follow Marshmello. He has a cooking page, you know.
Interesting.
He has a bunch of followers for, you know, for his cooking that he does, and from what I see also, you know, talking to DJs, even Acraze put on his, like, status. Girls, like, pushing like sending him messages like, "Hey, I know you. I went to this party. Can I join you backstage?" And he's like, instead of asking me, "Hey, how's your day going? Did you sleep? Did you rest? Can I make you dinner?"
What's the recipe for this dish?
You know, yeah. Rescue me from the stage. But no, you know, his, like, you know, to continue on this question, DJing life is not easy, right? It requires you to go from one to the next, you know, traveling from city to city.
I would say it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, for me it's pretty easy, even if sometimes it's hard, but like globally it's something that I handle very well because it's really what I love, right?
Right.
But it's not for everyone. Like I said, Avicii struggled a lot with the tour life.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He was feeling much more comfortable in a studio place.
Are you usually, like, when you're having a gigs, after gigs always go home, or sometimes you go on after party? Because example, like, I will give you example, like, my friend, his very good friend is Matroda DJ. He always gone after party, and I was like, how is this possible? He's
Oh, this
playing
guy has
like 3
energy,
hours, and he's like going till 6 a.m. on after party, then he goes sleep, and then he is like going on a vacation in Croatia for like 3 days, you know, and he's still partying there, like in private life. He go out, you know, when he's not DJing.
Some
so
people
it's like,
can
I
just do
think
it. Some
I
people
think I have
haven't,
that kind of energy. I went with him to F1, Formula 1. We went to Toronto together, to Montreal, and then to Arizona. At one point he goes, "Jacob, you have more energy than me. What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah, I think I became very professional
okay.
with the years. Like, I mean, it sounds a bit cliche, but like I've seen it all. I've seen everything. You know what I'm saying?
What age
I've
are you
been
now?
doing this for 19 years. Right?
Yeah.
Not internationally, but I started 19 years. So even when I was resident in a club, did all this experience, then started to become international. I've been international for like now 9 years, gonna be 10 years very soon.
And it started with Nikki Beach, right?
No.
The international. What started the international?
Yeah, what was your first gig?
Romania.
Romania.
Wow.
First
Bucharest.
first HUGEL show international was Romania and Timisoara. That was 2014.
What were your emotions? What was it like?
Off, bro, when you just get in the plane knowing that you go in a place to play a DJ set, even though it was paid like €1,000 plus flight, I was feeling like a king.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I'm rich. You know what I mean? Like, it was like €1,000 is what a French person earn working a 9 to 5, 35 hours a week for a month.
1 month.
Yeah, it's after taxes.
Imagine the kid that is like, I'm going to do my first show in fucking Romania. They give me €1,000. I'm gonna play 1 hour 30. There was a lot of beautiful girls. Like, yeah, this is real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I felt like wow, this is becoming real.
Besides the money too, is a step in the right direction. You know, it's becoming very real for you.
It's
then.
just you feel free. You feel
Yeah.
like you feel.
And I think the energy when people are giving you, you know.
Yeah.
Because I was always questioning myself, why the backstage tables are the best tables, and then I realized, you know, because the whole crowd is putting energy into you, you know, so you
Yes.
almost feel like a DJ, you know.
Yep.
You're getting the energy, you know,
Yeah.
from the
It's
whole
funny you
crowd.
talk about this. Funny you talk that you fell down stage, because that's my drugs now. type of shit you talk about.
Okay.
The good vibes, the good feel. That's
Yeah, because you don't drink alcohol.
No.
Tell us more about why you don't drink alcohol.
Well, in January, they diagnosed a kind of like cancer to my dad. And I was in Miami, I was in Marseille in France. And the doctor gave him a special diet. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this diet with you. At the same time you do it. So in the diet was, of course, no alcohol. So I did it with my dad for 3 weeks together. And after 3 weeks, he went back to the hospital, and the doctor was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what? It was like, well, I don't understand. Like, there is nothing anymore.
wow.
In just 3 weeks, you
And what was the diet? Was like a lot of vegetables, or was like a meat, or like?
you cured everything. So it was like, he told him to stop the sugar, because like sugar is the thing that make cancer grow and all of that.
Inflammation. Yeah.
Get, of course, no alcohol, no stuff like that, and yeah, a lot of like fruit and vegetables and like healthy stuff, but nothing crazy though. Just like this, good sleep, and of course, like the vision, the mental, you know.
Yeah.
Any supplements? With that
No,
though?
no.
No supplements.
No.
Wow.
And in 3 weeks, because like they had so many people at the hospital that he couldn't do the next exams before 3 weeks. That's why he had these 3 weeks in between, and he said, just gonna do this diet for 3 weeks in between to help. But he was like, we're gonna know more in 3 weeks when we do deeper things.
Yeah.
When they did
Right.
deeper exam, everything disappeared.
Mm.
So my dad called me, he's like, everything disappeared. So I was like, wow, crazy. And then I realized that I started drinking when I was like 19 or 20, something like that. And I'm 35 right now, so I was like, it's been 15 years that I've been drinking alcohol, and I never stopped drinking. I've never been an alcoholic, but I always had like a beer, a glass of wine or something every 2 days, 3 days or whatever. So I never experienced what it is to be sober,
Right.
like on the long term. And when I did this with my dad, I started to feel like fucking crazy good. Like even like my body like regenerated. Like I feel like if I had some little stuff inside me or something, I felt like everything regenerated, and I was a new guy, and I was like, wow, this is so much energy. And I was like, but why do I drink? Because most of the time I don't even drink to get fucked up. I just get a drink or two and you don't even feel anything. It's just like, so what's the point?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I never really thought about it, but maybe I should quit completely. And then I tried. And then the tour, I went on tour, playing the shows, feeling fresh, going, sleep 2 hours, back again, I was like, wow, this is new life. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm sober.
Yeah, that's
Off
good.
record.
Because most of the DJs cannot do it, right, without alcohol. Like I don't know, maybe they cannot relax, or I don't know.
I mean, like I said, it's not for everyone.
Yeah. I know.
Going on stage, you need confidence, you know, facing people,
Yeah.
traveling, you need a lot of energy, and some people think like it's easier when you drink because it makes you relax, but the truth is like, this is happening in a few minutes, you're on stage.
Mm.
But what happened in your body after, when you go to sleep, you wake up, you're like, you know, like all that.
Yeah.
But now what's interesting is that you're living in a party city. You chose Miami as a home base. And you said to me earlier, ask me the countries I haven't been. So from all your travel experiences, you chose Miami. Why is that?
Well, I was born at the beach. You know, Marseille is like, you know, the south, Mediterranean Sea, so I need the sun, I need the beach, I need all of that. You need to know that I grew up with Scarface, Tony and Manny, you know, like they were my idols. I was playing GTA Vice City, that's why I fucked
so
up
good.
school, because like I was playing, you know, my dad was doing his business stuff, he was working a lot, so
That was a game to play.
he wasn't
Vice City.
watching me, and
So
I remember
good.
one time he's coming back at the house at 2 p.m. and I'm just in my room playing GTA. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what? He's like, well, you're not at school. I was like, I don't go, I don't like. He's like, son, you gotta go to school, your mom gonna be mad. I was like, fuck school, I wanna be that guy. Told me Versace, the guy that is
Al
driving
Pacino.
Ferrari in fucking Miami, you know. I was like,
You're gonna play GTA 6 when it
Yeah,
comes
they're
out?
making the new one, right? The GTA.
So
It's
let
in
me-
Miami.
Let me tell you a funny story though. I quit playing PlayStation when I was 16 and a half, literally when I started DJ.
Right.
Last month, August, I was at my villa in Lisbon.
I thought I saw it.
Yeah,
I thought I saw it in your villa.
I said, it's time now
To play again.
to buy myself a PlayStation. So I just rebought a PlayStation August 2023, when the last time I played was when I was 16.
Wow.
And of course now it's the GTA 5. So I directly download GTA and I
Yeah.
play again. But things change because now of course I do all this shit like in real life. Of course I don't kill people, but you know what I mean?
See your motorbikes.
Steal motorbikes.
So the video game has a little less like impacted me. So I play an hour now, or 45 minutes, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll do something else.
Maybe you'll have a radio station in the new GTA 6 or have a few songs on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd
Sponsor.
Yeah.
be sick.
That'd
Bro,
be
it's still my
Rockstar.
favorite video game.
Rockstar.
Still my favorite video game, you know.
Nice.
I have a
crazy.
question for you. You know, for the up and coming artists, right? That want to strive and get to your level. How do you recommend them going from this $1,000 gig to making $50,000 per gig?
The best way to do it is to not thinking about it.
Right.
Not do it for the money.
Not do it for the
Just
money.
do what you love. Just connect with people. Just do it like with a lot of love, with a lot of like purpose, with a story, with a message, with something behind, and the rest will follow.
We'll follow for sure.
Is there any advice you could give to help someone who wants to follow your career path, like to stand out? You know, so like, don't focus on the money. Do it with passion.
Be yourself.
Just be yourself.
Like the people that don't understand that, like they have idols, right? So they try to be the idols.
Right.
But the great thing is like nobody's you. This is what makes you like special. You are you, and nobody is you.
Individual.
So when you start to work on you and to make yourself like special and work on all your, how do you say in English, your
Potential.
your
craft.
potential, but like your abilities, like all the good thing you have inside you.
Skill set.
Your skills. You start to work on all of that.
Right.
You can become a superhero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're unique. So nobody's gonna be you.
Mm.
So once you become your own superhero, people wants to buy that,
Yeah.
and that's where the
a
money
good point.
comes.
Yeah.
So what are some of the artists that you really want to work with in the upcoming future?
Ah, bro, there's so many people. Like, depends. If you talk about my DJ career for making house music and stuff, because like I also listen a lot of R&B and like different stuff like Brent Fayez or Bryson Tiller, like you know. So I don't know what I would do with these people in the studio because it's a completely different sound. That's really like singers that like I love, you know. And when it comes to my music for like making people dance, obviously if I do something one day with Bad Bunny, it's crazy. But I have a
How about Nicky Jam?
Nicky Jam, why not? Yeah, for sure. But I have a little news for you. I just did something with J Balvin.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow, that's
Okay.
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was just at Jabali's set in Croatia. Actually, we were on Love Island. There's like a small little island out there.
Yeah.
And I saw his set out there.
Sick.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's interesting because his style is a little almost similar to yours, but yours is more of a
J Balvin?
Latin house.
J Balvin.
No, Jabali. I was thinking of different.
J Balvin.
J
Balvin, the singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
Sick.
different style then.
You know? J Balvin. Colombia.
Yes.
Colombia. You know?
When's that gonna
Yeah.
drop? Do you know?
We don't know. Rock Nation don't know either. I just did a remix of a song, but the song is not released yet. It's from the new album. So my version has started to be playing already on Sirius XM in America and stuff. So I hope that this could become maybe an original version. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it would be insane. So it's crazy because J Balvin followed me on Instagram. He started to DM me and like same story like with Diplo before. Fuck, Balvin is like, what the fuck? It's like one of the most follow account on Instagram in the world. You know what I'm saying? He's like a huge artist. And when I saw him in my DMs, I was like, what the fuck?
Wow, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Flo, I have a
Sick.
question for you. You know, being the #1 Latin house DJ and choosing this path, right? Is there a reason why you chose Latin house, the category Latin house music?
I didn't
versus-
choose it.
Or you didn't choose
I
it?
didn't choose it. I just did it. Like I had a depression at COVID,
Wow.
and I used to live in Ibiza in Spain, the island, and then I moved to Lisbon. I told you why. So I was locked in. It was COVID. I was with my ex girlfriend. Which I had problems. We were fighting a lot, and I just did Morenita as a therapy just to remind me Ibiza, trying to feel better. I didn't even plan to release it.
So what you played before this? So you like playing Latin house from like COVID?
Yeah.
But what kind of?
No, playing. I grew up with that music, right?
Okay.
This music is like mainly from Spain and like from Mediterranean Sea where we grew up, and I had residency for 10 years in the club. So I grew up with that music. It's just that music, nobody never make it popular.
Yeah.
Right.
So me, what I did is just like,
What he did to Latin house is what Daddy Yankee did to reggaeton, basically.
Yeah.
I just
Blew it
used what I grew up with make it a little different, and I had the lucky chance shot that he finally became popular in America.
Oh my God, it blew up.
Usually, my people want to know Indian house music.
Opa.
Bro,
Let's hear the Indian house music. You know?
some people tried. Wait,
Give us a little tune.
wait, and DJ Snake they tried.
That's amazing. Yo, that's actually, I like that, you know? That's amazing.
There is one song like that.
Poppy?
It's 2 p.m. by the
The
way.
wait that
We'll finalize soon.
Yeah.
wait and DJ Snake did.
You just met
Yes,
DJ Snake.
DJ Snake. He
DJ
has his
Snake,
popular
yeah.
song. What's that?
No. DJ Snake and Wade, they did a tech house track with an Indian sample.
Mhm.
It was all over TikTok and all of that.
I have a question for you. If any other DJ wants to collab with you, you know, you're one of the top right now. How would they be able to do that? How do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, like everyone, Instagram, and drop a little DM, hey yo, I got a song, let's do a collab, you know.
For the record, if
It's
anybody
easy
wants
now,
to, yeah.
nowadays. That's the beauty of the social media nowadays. Or they create a table with TABLER somewhere and then
How about we do this? How about we make them create a TABLER account,
let's do it.
and then message you from there?
Let's do it.
Okay. So if the next person
They,
messages you
they
on
create a
Instagram,
table with TABLER at
you
my
come.
event and then I come for having a drink.
Yeah,
and
you
then
know
we
the
talk.
HUGEL has for sure less private messages on TABLER than on Instagram, right?
I
So
think-
you will be able to
For now.
to reach him out easier on TABLER.
Maybe not
Yeah,
after this
I think that's
podcast.
the next
Right.
person that reaches out to you on Instagram and says, "Hey, I want to do something with you," you tell them, "How about you create an account on TABLER and message me there?" And if you do,
No, but even out of this, like you come to my show, you create a table with TABLER, your own table with your friends, with the girls from the club, whatever. If you do this, you message me, of course I will come to your table, have a drink. You
Message
come to my
or
show.
massage you.
First message, then we'll see for massage.
So Hugel, let's finish this off. Give us some final thoughts on Tabler.
Well, guys, I'm super happy to be part of the team. You know,
Sure.
I'm happy that we're here in New York and I got to finally know you because it's actually the first time we met. And yeah, I hope it's gonna develop more and more, getting bigger and bigger
for sure.
everywhere in the world. I have to be honest, I was really happy when I saw that like some stuff was happening organically in Ibiza this summer, in Mykonos when I was there, in south of France, Saint-Tropez, all of that. So just like, let's make it blow worldwide.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Next summer is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, summer 2024.
I'm really happy and excited, and I'm really proud to be part of the team.
Hey.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
We done it, baby. Yes.